minutes later, within 5 minutes, it says, hey, by the way, here's some other listings we know you haven't seen. And it keeps track of everything that person's doing in your website, and it gives you reports every day. You can go into the back end of your website. You can see who was looking at what were they looking at, what search criteria did they have, what listings did they see, what listings didn't they see, what listings did they save, and then, of course, it will even keep track of the communications it sent to them on your behalf, all right? So literally, if you can get an IDX that's going to cultivate relationships for you, you're already ahead of the game. But if I'm a real estate agent, that's going to be the web page or website that I want to promote the most, right? Now, if I'm a loan officer like Chuck Binzel, that's going to be different. I don't have listings to show people. I'm probably going to be showing people a page that's relevant to that information. So if I'm talking about zero down loans, I'd probably link to the zero down facts page on my website or the contact us page on my website, right? If I'm a home stager, it's probably going to be my before and after photos, right? Or success stories, right? But everybody should be thinking of what's the page of my website that I'm most interested in promoting, and always link to that page first. The reason we put the link to that page very first in our article is that's going to get the majority of the page rank. It's not an even distribution here. So if he has 5 links here, it's not like 20% go here, 20% go there, 20% here, 20% here, and 20% there. It doesn't work like that, okay? The way it actually works is the first link on the page gets the majority of the page rank, and then the second one gets a larger cut, and the rest get a very small cut of the page rank, okay? And that's because Google thinks the place you're linking to first is the place that you want to give the most of your kudos to, so to speak, all right? So we've learned some things. We've learned we want to limit the number of hyperlinks we're doing on every post to, let's say, about 2 to 5, 3 to 6. We learned we only want to link to places that are going to benefit us, right, or our business partners. We learned we want to link to the page of our website that's going to make us the most money first on the page. Here's the last bit of information I'm going to leave you with, okay? Google is super duper intelligent. But just like you and me, Google is forced to make basic assumptions, okay, off of the information that it has. Now, who here has been on a so-called professional website where it says, for more information, click here? And then here's the part that's blue and underlined or red and underlined. It's the word you actually click on to go to that other web page. We've all seen it, right?
Right.
Let me show you the problem with that. So here I'm going to go to Google. Now, who here do you think has a website and they want to rank on the first page of Google for here? Is there anybody in attendance today that wants to rank on the first page of Google for the word here? No, right? We want to rank on the first page of Google for, I don't know, how about real estate in Birmingham, Alabama, or zero down loans in Birmingham, Alabama, right?
Yeah.
Well, let me show you something. I go to Google and I Google the word here. I want you folks to see what pops up. Now, this makes sense because it's the name of the alliance, right? It's here. Heck, it's even in their domain name. That makes sense, right? But WinZip, do you think WinZip has any relevancy to the word here? Or how about WinRare or Adobe or Rich Internet Applications? No. Here.org, that makes sense, but look at the rest. We got Apple. We got Wikipedia. We got YouTube showing up for some videos for the word here. We got Java.com showing up for the word here. What do you think the problem is? When you go to download WinZip, it says to download WinZip, click here. And that's the link to their download page, right? So over time, Google goes, oh, well, this web page must be about the word here.
Oh, wow.
So if they link to their page saying onion, Google's going to think that web page is about onions. Anyone see the problem with that? 9 times out of 10, it's not about here or onions, is it?
No.
So let's take a look at Chuck Binzel's post. Notice what he's using when he links to his web pages. Zero down home loans in Birmingham, Alabama. Something he'll actually want to rank that page for, right? Or his USDA or hometown mortgages, right?
Yeah.
So I would go one step further, and I would say only link to one page of your website once per post, all right? Google's not going to give you PR if you link to that page of your website 3 times in one post. They're only going to give the PR to the first link to that web page, okay? Now, if you're like me, your pages of your website all have unique URLs. So ActiveRain.com/search takes you to the search page on ActiveRain. ActiveRain.com/blogs takes you to the blogs page on ActiveRain, right? ActiveRain.com/blogs/Stephen Monet takes you to my blogs page on ActiveRain. So we've built ActiveRain so every page of the website has a unique URL, all right? So what I would do is I would think, what is the search term I want this one page of my website to rank for? And then anytime I link to that one page of my website, once I've SEO'd that page of my website for that search term, anytime I link to that page of my website, I'm going to use the anchor text that's literally the search term I want that page to rank for. So it really is all about using proper anchor text. So we learned some things here about how to properly link to the pages of our website to promote those in Google. And if you want to see an example of what this will do for you over time, go to Google, and what I want you to Google is I want you to Google home inspections Bellingham. If you do that, you'll see my buddy Stephen L. Smith pop up. Actually, I should probably spell it correctly. There we go. Home Inspections Bellingham. KingofTheHouse.com. Okay. Very first page right here is his profile on ActiveRain. And his website's #1. Now, why do you think that is? It's because, and look, even a video he has in YouTube, King of the House, right? It's because anytime he's linking to his web page, what do you think he's saying? He's saying Bellingham Home Inspection, or Bellingham Home Inspections, or Bellingham Home Inspector, right? So he's linking to his content, whether it's on YouTube or it's on his own website, KingofTheHouse.com. He's linking to that content using Bellingham Home Inspector, Bellingham Home Inspections, and now Google has realized that's what King of the House is all about. It's about Bellingham Home Inspections, right? So if you use this, is this proof that it works? Abso-freaking-lutely, and if you notice, he's using ActiveRain to do it, right?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, fire away.
I did what you said. I went and wrote an article last night, and
okay.
When I finished, it was on page 1.
Yep.
Not 24 hours later, but like seconds.
Yes.
I linked everything probably back to the website. Can I change that, or will that hurt me?
Oh,
and
no,
secondly,
of course you
what's
can
the
change
shelf
those links
life?
at any time, and that will help you.
Do what?
You can change your links at any time, and that will help you.
So I can go back to former posts and just change links?
Yeah, just edit to the right of the title. Like, you see, this is Chuck's post right here. I can click edit right there and go back and make changes.
Okay, so what's the shelf life on staying on the first page of Google?
It really depends on the competitiveness of the search term, the word count of the post, the amount of times people link to that post if they find it and like it, and the amount of outgoing links on that post. So there's a lot of factors there. So it's going to vary for everybody. The more that you write, the more that people link to your ActiveRain blog page, the longer you're going to stay up in Google. For example, here, let me show you something, all right? So Chuck Binzel's username, just give me 1 second so I can grab his username, and I'll show you something here. It's C. Binzel. So his blogs page is activerain.com/blogs/C. Binzel, okay? So what I can do is I can go to google.com, okay, and I can do links, and then of course I do http://activerain.com/blogs/C. Binzel, and I hope I spelled that right. Okay, he's got 2 backlinks to his blog page. Do you see that? So there's 2 results of people linking to his ActiveRain blog page. Now, if you look at mine, I have 182 people linking back to my blog page, right? So who do you think is going to stay up longer, a post from Chuck or a post from me?
Yeah.
a post from me, right? But notice the dates on those posts. I don't think anybody really noticed those dates. I don't point it out too often. Let me show you this because this will probably knock your socks off. When you ask about shelf life, he only has 2 links to his Active Rain blog page. Anyone notice that this post was written over a year ago? Right here, November 24th of 2009, right? So once again, it depends on the number of inbound backlinks, outbound backlinks, competitiveness of the search term, and word count of the post, okay?
So
How well that post is SEO'd.
Are you pointing your 184? Are they from other people, or are they from you pointing to your?
They're from other people. Some are from me. You know, I created some of those backlinks on my own. I got some of those backlinks from other people. But the fact of the matter is over time, people will find your content, they'll enjoy reading your content, and they'll link to it for their friends or for their business associates. Like, hey, here's a really good post. You might want to check it out, right? So over time, you'll develop more backlinks, but you can also develop those backlinks on your own. You can go and register your blog page at a lot of different blog registries, right? You can go and syndicate your posts to places like, I don't know, Posterous.com and send it out to your Facebook and your LinkedIn and your Twitter and get backlinks to it that way. So there's lots of different ways that you can get backlinks, but over time, you're naturally going to get them on your own, okay? Like I guarantee you Chuck Binzel didn't create either one of those backlinks. That was just people naturally over time finding, enjoying his content, and linking to it, okay? So let's actually put all this together and put together a blog post. Now, I can tell you by looking at my clock right now, we're going to go a little bit over time. So if you have to jet, that's fine. If you need to jet, I understand. We did have a lot of questions today, and thank you for those awesome questions, everybody. But it looks like we're probably going to go over by about 10 or 15 minutes today. So if you do have to leave early, that's fine. Just remember to request the notes and tools for today's class. If you don't have to leave early, stick around. I guarantee it's worthwhile, okay? So the first thing we need to do is learn how to write a blog post, and then I'll teach you where to send it to, all right? So when you log into Active Rain, you land on a page like this, right, Don?
Yep.
Right.
So you see a picture of you. You see how many points you have. Remember, the more active you are, the more blog posts you write, the more you comment on other members' posts, the more points you get. The more points you get, the better your rank goes for your state, your county, and your city. The better you're ranked for your city, for example, if I go to states, I go to Washington, I go to King County, or I go to my city of Kirkland, I'm ranked number 6 in Kirkland. So I'm right here. I'm number 6 on the page for anybody visiting this Kirkland page on the state tab, right? So it makes me more visible on the network. And, of course, if I go to the front page of Active Rain, just activerain.com, because Phil Lang and Greg and Brian Perry have the most points for the entire city of Kirkland, and that's where my profile's set up for, when I log into Active Rain, I see them first and foremost on that page, right? So having more points gets you more presence on the network. It will not affect your SEO, okay? So it's not going to affect your search engine results, okay? Now, if you look over here at the left-hand menu, this is the menu where you can access almost all of your tools and features for your Active Rain account. The feature we're interested in is to write a blog post. So guess what we click on? Write a blog post. Go figure, right? Now, I have a certain order of operations that I like to use when I write blog posts. So be careful that you take note of the order of operations that I'm going through, because if you don't follow this order of operations, number one, you're going to be very unhappy with some of the weird things that happen, okay? The first and most important thing is when you're writing a blog post, what browser do you want to use?
Mozilla.
Mozilla Firefox, that's right.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at my toolbar over here, you'll notice I keep both Firefox and Safari on my computer, all right? So I have 2 different internet browsers that I bounce back and forth for. I use Safari for when I want to download large files because it seems to go faster. I use Firefox when I'm actually just browsing the internet or when I'm managing content on a modern website, all right? And you'll see in a minute why I use Firefox. But the first thing I taught everybody is to use a proper title. So let me pick on someone, and I'm just going to have them choose the title for our phony post today, okay? but you better choose a proper title. So, Rebecca, I'm going to pick on